Brighter. My company is Black Series Edition, LLC, and Crystal Edge Technology Screens. I am right now hooking up one of my computers, which I had a chance to fix yesterday. I'm hooking it up to the Cinema Black, or basically we call it professional black cinema. I had a few people asking about using the screen paint for offices, workplaces, stuff like that, to see whether or not if the screen paint was going to come up bright enough. And as you can see, I'm in a fully lit environment. This is my office area, and I can pull off with no problem whatsoever. I am actually going to be running some fish off of this in a few minutes and doing some updating on the sites which need to be done. But yeah, this is how bright our screens come out. Literally, I can work off my, this one's knocking on my door. I can work off my, sorry, just getting off. I can work off my wall painted with our black technology. So for the person who's asking us, can they use this for the office? Yes, you can, with no problem. All right, well, I got work to do. All right, so I got to come in here. I got to do updates on the site. Yes, someone's got to paint that. Instead of using a whiteboard and spending all this money for this expensive projector, which they were going to do, they're just going to paint the office wall black, just the entire wall. And in that way, they can have multiple ultra short projectors up there and whatever they want. And they want to be able to use it in a fully lit environment. This is why I explained to you that ambient projection technology is extremely important, because people are going to be using this for more than just home theater use. If you're going to be expecting for people to use this for outside the home and to businesses, then you're going to have to show that your product actually can work in fully lit environments. Being in the dark is not going to help you. We see so many demonstrations of people claiming that their products can be used for commercial use, but they don't have any test demonstrations. They're stuck in the dark, and that's not going to work. It's not going to be enough. So you have to be in a fully lit environment to do this. But anyway, we got updates to do. We got the revamp of the Crystal Edge page over here, which I'm happy about that. Give me a minute. Hey, this is how you get yourself hurt. Put your butt out of that freaking window before I knock your teeth out. Hey, let's go. Move it. Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. Get out of that window. See, this is why we got problems. Let me tell you not to be in that window. Huh? Don't listen to me. Party. Better than that. You don't pay for anything in here. You don't have a job. Sorry about that, people. Man, I can't stand it. I got my cat trained not to stick his head in the blinds. These jokers stick their heads in the blinds, they bend the blinds back, they snap off. I got to replace that at the end of the day. This joker's just determined to stick his head out the window. Now, every once in a while, he doesn't do it. He listens. But every once in a while, he gets hard headed and he figures he can get away with it. If I'm in the next room, like I said, cats are like kids, or animals like kids. If you're in the next room occupied, that's when they'll do dumb stuff. Sure enough, I find him in the window doing something stupid. Wait till I open up the window, then you can go in the window. I love how people say, I have somebody say, but it's a cat. You can't train. Yes, you can. You can train anything with a brain. Anything with a brain can be trained. That's how it works. It just comes down to taking the time to train them. All right, so we got two sites here. I'm gonna go switch over to over here. We got this computer right here. This is my other computer right there. We're gonna be running some stuff over there. I'm gonna be doing some demonstrations today off the PC. So I need to do some videos for this, for basically some spreadsheets and stuff like that, because often we do get asked that question if they can be used in a workplace in a fully lit environment. Let me go over where we at right now. Actually, I have to do something for this, so this is going to require the microphone. Should just put the microphone in the front. I thought someone was knocking on my door, but nah. Try to go to the door real quick. I think it's the other apartment over here they're working on. Oh, I'd be so glad when I get a house. I would never have to say that in my vocabulary. The other apartment over there. It'd just be all mine. So let me see. Where are we coming in at on this one? Where are you at? Entanglement. I have to do wire management like there. And then again, I really don't want to do wire management because I got to come in here and I got to change all this out anyway. Why? When I plug this in the back of the gaming PC, why would I put that there? Microphones is something that's not going to be needed for this particular application. Why would I have that back there? All right, that just doesn't need to be there. That definitely doesn't need to be there. This should be over here because I use this for work. Just try to get things somewhat organized back here. So I'll be so glad when I finally get this thing set up on my wall over here. It's going to be completely wireless. I'm thinking about taking them out of the cases and putting them in torture racks. Sorry about that, people. It's early in the morning. I'm settling. Anyway, I'm thinking about taking them out of the cases and putting them in mini torture racks, which would be quite nice. I haven't done a torture rack in a while, so that would be pretty cool. I'll probably drop a little liquid cooling system on them too. The torture racks I like myself because you can build those yourself. You don't have to buy torture racks. I mean, why are you buying a torture rack? Literally, it's just an open case. You build that literally yourself. Okay, let me see. We'll plug you up in the front because we need you over here on this section for this computer. Oh, don't hit keyboards, please. All right, we got everything. So this is what we're working with here. We got our keyboards. Yeah, because this is all for work. So actually, that's my gaming PC. That's for fun. If I decide that I want it to go break, I can go pop over there and game on my wall and see the benefits of having ambient light projection. See, I can work on my computer, do my paperwork here, and then over there, I can watch movies or TV or do some gaming because that's my main gaming PC right there. Let me see. I'm going to get our controllers on maximum mixed up. I'm going to watch some fish over here. So I'll point you in the direction where we're talking at. So this is where we're at right now on the wall over here with the Professional Black. Let me see. I'm going to go some pretty birds. Literally, the screen produces a white level literally so high, it's very hard for me to indicate where the freaking pointer is for the mouse because I can't see it because only time I can see it is I put it against something dark. But when it hits that white level, you can't see it anymore. I'll put it up close so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me see. I really don't like to do those close demonstrations. We got some beautiful birds. I do fish all the time. But then the birds, they start off with some beautiful tropical birds and it just goes to the duller birds. Let me see what we got going on with this one. All right, that looks pretty cool. I'll take that one.
When it comes to citing sources, details matter. Introducing Grammarly's citations features.
I need all that. Let's see. That volume. I'm going to be talk and hear myself at the same time. I'll take that. There we go. It's done. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's simple. That's not even part of the demonstration. Just being able to do that on a projection screen is how your product is supposed to work. See the convenience? I don't have to equalize lights and worry about the windows and none of that nonsense. No, I come down, sit down on my computer, I work, I watch some fish on my projection screen. That's how it's supposed to work. The same way I can see my monitors in here in a fully lit environment. I never have to worry about ambient light and this with these monitors. I never have to worry about the light affecting them. It's the same way my screen is supposed to react, just like my monitors. So I can sit there and I can work on my computer over there or over here and not worry about and read paperwork without worrying about darkening the environment because I'm afraid the screen's going to wash out, the color's just going to go bland. That's how it's supposed to function. And people who develop these products don't seem to understand this. They don't click with them. You're not supposed to be in dark environments with this stuff. If you're going to be using, especially, that's not even ultra short throw. Especially if you're going to be using ultra short throw projectors. And again, this is a projector that is designed to be treated like a TV. They call it a laser set-top box. That's what they're called. They're laser. They're supposed to be treated like a TV. So you tell me when you have a TV that you have to keep your environment that dark. And if anyone's telling you that their environment automatically comes that dark, they're a darn right liar. Your environment doesn't come that dark. Come on now. I'm pretty sure people in other units have much brighter environments than that dark environment. That dark environment is catered to try to make the screen look somewhat good. That's what it's for. But you should be able to operate in a fully lit environment. So I can turn to the side, see my screen with no problem whatsoever. That's how it's supposed to work. Should be in here equalizing my lights or changing out my environment just in order to be able to see the screen. Especially with the way they make projectors today. Projectors today are freaking god-awful powerful. So why are you sitting in the dark with that machine? Let me see, we gotta go over to, I don't need it much. Well, we're not gonna need a desk after this. We're gonna get rid of this desk. This on the side of the wall is going to be my desk. All this is going to be completely wireless, and my keyboards are going to be in a little bookshelf underneath my. I said bookshelf or bookshelf. Is it bookshelf? I think it's a bookshelf under my my cloud couch. Let's go over here. We need. Let me see from my pages. We need to go to the blog shop because we have something that was supposed to be removed on the 1st, and I literally forgot. I had so much going on. Blog shop. We had to take out the complete cinema because I was actually informed in an email from associates that it needed to be removed because it's within the contract. Where is it? So over to management. Now, mind you, we had this up here for 2 months. For 2 solid months. For those who took advantage of it, well done. For those who didn't, well, not much you can say. Okay, manage products. Why is that ad? I swear, if you don't remove ads, they will stay on there forever. Oh no, it's gone. Okay, whatever. Yesterday, yeah, I got some interesting messages, not from that one. That one actually kind of stopped a little bit, it'll slow down a little bit. I guess once you out somebody for that, you know, they kind of hope they see it for what it is and they just kind of stop. But yeah, there's a difference between trolling and stalking, and that was definitely in the lines of stalking. And I couldn't believe that many emails went through, I can't even messages went through. It was 11 messages in 30 minutes. That is extreme. That's beyond trolling. That's not even trolling anymore. That's not even in the lines of trolling. That is unhealthy obsession. That's what that becomes. It fits in that category. You know, that gets pretty bad. And then on top of that, when you start adding it all up, you know what I mean? This person's constantly taking pictures of me, taking pictures of the inside my place. He's asking me weird questions like, you know, about my furniture and my cat. That has nothing to do with screen paint. Why are you even asking me these questions to begin with? That's kind of cringy and creepy. And then you're worrying about where I live at. You're constantly worrying about that. That gets creepy. That's along the line of stalking. So now I'm going to be filing some stalking charges against you too also, because that's creepy. I had a couple of friends that were looking at that and they were like, man, that's not even trolling anymore. That is freaking downright obsession and stalking. So I'll be filing stalking charges along with that also too, because that's creepy. I mean, you got people who have slandered some pictures here and there, they'll do that. But no, you shouldn't do that at all, period. No, I'm not even justifying that. But that many, and I'm curious, how many does he have in his personal use that he's probably ripped off my page and probably kept for himself? This is where it gets really creepy. But yeah, when my friend saw that freaking 30 minutes and 11 messages, that's creepy.
Are you kidding?
That's very creepy. So, you know, we do reports on him, but the only reports we do on him is basically just him doing dumb stuff to himself. That's what we have on the blacklist. I have a special section on my site that has nothing to do with anything on the front page or any other pages. We don't speak about them, we don't talk about them. We have a special section just for them. They have us plastered on the front of their pages, all kinds of stuff. First things first, a customer, we're not a big company at the end of the day. I'm not like Best Buy and these big companies. So people go in and see that, they don't even know who I am. They're like, who the freak is Crystal Edge? Like, you just spark interest. Matter of fact, you're giving me business. So I don't mind you having me up there because you're giving me business. Because keep in mind, on Danny's side, his website's not even open. It's never open at all, period. And if you're talking bad about a company and they're saying they're sketchy, and they go to our site and we're open, we're doing business, but yours is closed, guess what comes up looking sketchy? And if they come back in just about every day and check your site and they find out that your site is still closed and ours is still open, guess what comes up looking sketchy? You do. Even if they take the time to go look through your video demonstrations and they see, clearly anyone can see that you're telling the truth, not telling the truth, but you're lying on both ends, you come up looking sketchy. Your site looks very sketchy. And then anyone who has any experience in home theater and they look at the specification sheets and they go in and see two gains popping up, they clearly can see you don't know what you're talking about. And that looks sketchy. So you kind of do more damage to yourself with that. With Jamie mentioning our site constantly in his site, that doesn't make you look good. All it does is just point people to our website. And my website compared to your website is totally, completely different. Not the same on any level whatsoever. So you're going to go to my website to see if we're that kind of people at the end of the day, and they're going to find out, no, we're not. That everything we do, everything we have on our site is done correctly. It's a very professional site, and they're going to come back and look at yours and find that it's not. And they're going to see your site for what it is, a person that's either extremely jealous of a company or just a person that's a huge, massive hater. But that's why you guys come off. We don't put y'all anywhere in the front of anywhere of our pages. Why would I have you even there? Our people may not even know you at the end of the day, so you don't belong there. We have a special section called the blacklist, and we explain what the blacklist is for, so the customer is educated when they walk in there. Okay, this is a site. They put people in here for certain things, and this is what this is about, to educate me about these people. That's how you do it professionally. You don't plaster it all over your page. That's adolescence. People don't know how to control their emotions. That's what it comes down to. That's how that looks. But the other stuff, those messages popping in like that, that shows a very unhealthy obsession for us. So yeah, it's you guys have some issues. All right, let me see. Everything's correct here. We just removed that out of there. We have to go in and save. This is the only thing we had to do in this section right here. We're done. I'll leave this update. You can stay here. We do need to get this entire update here. I'll do that. We need to pop over to shipping information. Now you can sit there and say, oh, he's obsessed, it keeps going. No, I go to your website, Jamie, because again, your website's not properly done. You should not be receiving or doing any business until your website is done correctly, until you have products on your website that your customers can buy without basically being cheated. If you're saying you're not cheating your customers, well, hey, look, since you don't have the videos anymore in your account because you deleted them, you're more than welcome to come over to our site and look at the videos that you made matching house paint. You are cheating your customers. You got customers right now who, the fellow who basically, like I said, there is no excuse for that screen to have ever washed out. Not with a 3500 lumen 4K projector. It shouldn't have. I had a 3500 lumen 4K projector. I had a PX747 G-Sonic. That things are powerful. My projector sat back 14 feet from my screen, and I still nailed that thing with no problem. There is no excuse that your product should have washed out that bad. I can see some discoloration here and there, but that screen was gone. It wasn't even there anymore. Now, as I said before, you're doing something wrong. Somebody misinformed, because that's the only one. I think I've seen very few that actually showed that paint in a fully lit environment. The rest of them have been coached. They all look like your demonstrations. So you coach those individuals. That one wasn't coached. So he really had it in his head that he was going to open up those curtains and that screen was going to function. You lied to him. You told him whatever you needed to tell him to take his money. And that's why your site should not be functioning. We don't have to say that about Danny, because Danny literally cannot open up his website at all, period. And the reason why he can't open up his website, 2 reasons why. Again, he can't sell any product. I told you before, it costs too much money. He's doing the 4 colors. And most of all, he knows at the end of the day that we ever get our hands on that product, what are we going to do? We want to drain the containers. If we drain the containers and that paint does not evaporate or doesn't turn into powder, then it will clearly show that the delivery system is nothing but a complete lie, and it's just a way to basically alter and change this product and make it believe that it's something that it's not. How loud we are back here.
Get 0% APR financing plus 0.
Can I get something that doesn't have constant commercials in it all the time? Let's even lower my volume on this one a little bit. Man. Honda commercials popping up in the background. Oh, that's a little better. There we go. Yeah. Now I know we get our fair share of trolls who come in the room. The minute we start talking about these individuals, they start bailing out as fast as possible. Hey, gentlemen, if you're in my room, and we know you are, and it hurts you when we say this, and then you have to leave, then that automatically tells you at the end of the day you are not doing a good job. If it bothers you, if you're upset when we say these things, then it means that you're not doing a good job for your customers, and you need to do a little better. That's what you need to do. You two are the only people I've seen so far that make screen paint, besides the other ones that I see on eBay. But you two are the only ones that lie to a insane degree about your products actually working, and they don't work at all, period. One, like I said, the other one has his site closed because, again, he lied so much in his demonstrations. If anyone basically puts his product through the test, it's going to fail miserably, and he knows it's going to fail miserably. And if you're bragging about your customer demonstrations, Jamie, why are you bragging about customers that you robbed at the end of the day? How about you take the same paint that you sold to your customers and you do those tests live, so you can show at the end of the day you haven't cheated your customers? Can you do that? Because again, we don't have anything to base your product off. Like I said, when we first got your product down here, I said, there is nothing we can test it against because there's no test demonstrations on it. We don't have any tests because you don't do any tests. What do I want to test against? Do you have any test demonstrations on any of your products? Just like matching our test demonstrations, anything like that? No, you don't. So your website, again, shouldn't be there at all, period. It's misinformation, number one. You have information on your site that you yourself can't explain and can't understand, because we have asked him multiple times about these particular things on his site, asking him what do they mean, and he can't tell us because he doesn't know what they mean. He just put them on just to pad it up a little bit. It's a hot mess in there, and I know I'm not going over there today because I'm working on my own sites and I need the brain cells. I don't go to your YouTube channel because your YouTube channel is just nothing but utter nonsense. That's what it is. Every time we go in there, we bump into videos and demonstrations are not done correctly, and how you're cutting corners. Oh, great goodness, man. And one time we went in there, I literally saw this demonstration where he took a board, a 4x8. That board has never been in any of the videos, but just happened to pop up in this one. And he had it laying across the chair and next to the sofa. And he had the environment literally so dark that, did you realize that we can see the light piercing through the peephole? That's how, it was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon outside. But you had darkened the environment, put all these little lights in the environment to give it the illusion that the environment was well lit when it was actually sitting in complete darkness. I can literally see the window light pushing around the edges of the blinds, pushing to the peephole under the door. And I'm like, it's like 12 o'clock in the afternoon and you got your environment looking like a cave with lights. And then had a nerve to take a 4x8 piece of wood and stick it across so that way any light that would be penetrating under the window would hit the piece of board, and that would keep it from blocking the bottom half of the screen. Like, I didn't see that. Gentlemen, you have to understand, I have been here for almost forever. I've seen just about everything. I have a knowledge that you would not even believe at the end of the day. I've been to form sites on top of form sites. I've been flown out to companies. I have done this already. And I'm sure enough that I've seen enough demonstrations of people cheating on your level that I can see exactly what you're doing and what to look for. Literally did that in a demonstration. I had one demonstration, he had the room so dark, he had the camera pushed all the way up on top of the screen. I mean, it was like literally this close to the screen. It was like that close to the screen. And he was saying, look, you can see the contrast levels. Gee whiz Louise, I don't have the brain cells. That's why I don't go to your site anymore, because I don't have the brain cells to spare that day. It's like unbelievable how much you guys cheat in your demonstrations. Why are you that close to begin with? That's why no company will ever fly you down. No company will ever acknowledge you, because you bring that nonsense to their freaking den at the end of the day, and they give me an airline ticket to get the freak out of their facility. They're not walking over to that screen. I can never understand people who do those demonstrations. They point to the screen and have you walk over. They're not going to walk over there. Heck no, they're comfortable. They're going to sit over there, and they're going to watch your screen from back over there. But his site needs to come down. Or he needs to basically fix it. Let me see what we have here. Oh, where are you supposed to be in shipping? Right over here. Go to site menus, bring up the rest of them. Go shipping information. Here we go. Shipping information sheet is not even there. It doesn't even exist. Shipping information sheet alone, just alone, your shipping is designed to steal and take from your customers. You don't even have an act of God in there to protect yourself. That's how lazy you were when you did your shipping information. Your shipping information page is going to be a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You have to be to cover all the bases. You know, and sometimes you may miss some of them. You go back in, you update your page. Now, if a company goes out and they basically buy your product, say they want something like,
T-Mobile has the new
hold on for a
Samsung
minute.
Galaxy S23 Plus for free and price lock guarantee. Do you? Well,
they want something like 80 gallons, or maybe they want something like 50 gallons. In other words, it's more than what you're used to processing. So you have to basically let them know that, look, I have a certain processing time, and you have to tell me exactly when you want this done, because you don't want people dropping orders on you like that at the last minute. Anyone drops an order on the last minute, we don't do the order. There's no way in the world I'm breaking my neck for your order. If you have a deadline and you're supposed to have this done at a certain time, then you should have done this at an earlier time instead of dropping it on us and thinking that we're going to basically ship it out just like that. Our products are made to order. So we have that on our site. Everything is made to order. So we have it right here in the policy that if you're processing a big order, you have to give us a week in advance before you drop the order. So that way we can get the ingredients and everything that's not here to process the order. It's right there in the statement. So we have people coming and dropping the order at the last minute, like, nope, not doing it. Sorry, but we need this for a project. Well, guess what? You should have contacted us a week in advance. They're on the site, but people do that from time to time, and you have to have that in there. That's a business section of shipping. How's it going to be shipped out? It's going to be drop shipment. It's going to be freight. How are you going to be shipping that? How are you going to receive it? If we're shipping out by United States Postal Service, they may not like United States Postal Service. Maybe they want FedEx or UPS. We don't pay for those at the end of the day. You have to have that in there, clearing to the customer. Look, we provide for free this particular shipping option, but the rest of these will be at your own cost. You have to have all that in there for them to know that. Delays. You're going to have delays. Even though COVID is now at a very, very low minimum, you're still going to have delays. You have to remember, in our country, COVID may be under control, but in other countries, it may not be under control. They may still have restrictions over there. So there's other things you're going to have to worry about too if you're getting products from those particular areas that may slow down the order. All that information has to be put in there. That's why I said just having a policy that strictly says, hey, if it lands on your property, it's yours. If you open it, it's yours. It's not enough for the customer. They need more information. Let me see. Wrong one here. Oh, this one here. All right. So we're going to let me see, 7 to 10 days. Overseas. We're not going overseas anymore for a while. So that gets removed. Gee, it's not going to remember which keyboard is which one. All right, that's the one to this one. This is got to be the one to this one. There we go. So all that information has to be put in there. It's extremely important. and it has to be posted directly to your page. This is why a customer can easily, extremely easy, go over and get their money back from Jamie's policy, because it can clearly say in the shipping policy. In the shipping policy, it never say anything about this, it never say anything about that, this, that, and the other. And PayPal will go through your website and read through your shipping policy and go, yeah, it doesn't say anything about this, that, and the other. And you will lose your money and lose your product at the same time. He doesn't have anything in there to protect himself at that. Acts of God, okay? Say they have a snowstorm or a blizzard. You can't basically expect for the customer at the end of the day to go, oh, it's a snowstorm or blizzard, because at the end of the day, you have to understand that you're dealing with all types of people. Some people will understand this and have no problem with this, but other people will not understand this and will have a problem with this and will file a complaint against you. Therefore, you must have it in there. What happens in an act of God? Snowstorms, tornadoes, hurricanes, all that other good stuff right there at the end of the day, we are not responsible for this because we have no control over this. Anybody who sells on eBay should have this. You should know this already. And who has a website should have this already. He literally does not have this on his website. He has no way to protect himself from that. So if an act of God were to pop up and basically something were to happen and a package would get lost, that customer can go in and file a complaint against him and win because he has no policy in there as an act of God to protect himself. Because he was too lazy to put the shipping information in altogether. You're doing tracking numbers. You have signature confirmed. We have free signature confirmed. He doesn't have free signature confirmed. He mentions it. It's not in writing. Having it in writing is better than mentioning it. A lot better. Trust me, because it's all hearsay. And in court, it's called hearsay. But having proper documents, it's called hearsay. So basically, you have to have it in writing that you offer this option to your customers. You offer this because, again, we have customers that may have a sketchy neighborhood. They're going to have somebody they don't trust. Could be a neighbor. It could be anything. It could be porch pirates, whatever. But at least it gives them the confidence that the option is there. If they choose it, it's right there on the site. So that way, if a customer says, hey, look, you will ship this to my house, and a porch pirate take it, and you're responsible, like, no, we're not, because we have it right here that we offer free signature confirmed, and you could have just requested and got it for free. This is all that's important. Well, you have to have it and put your 800 numbers in there, because sometimes you have some customers who don't know the number to the United States Postal Service, so have it in there already for them. So that way they can go, they can make a phone call. We got the website right here. They can go right to the website, get all the information right from there. I look at it, when I design a site like this, I look at it how I would want to be treated when I go to a website. I wanted tons of information, I want tons of pictures, I want to be able to see the product. This is why we started doing YouTube videos on our products. Before we started, there was nobody doing YouTube videos. There were a little bit here and there, but they weren't that much. It was a little bit, it wasn't much. And every site that I went to, like Goose Screen and a lot of these big companies, Mighty Brighty and stuff like that, these are Mighty Brighty. Some people don't remember Mighty Brighty, but Mighty Brighty, when they were making screen paint products, I would go to their site to do research when I first started out to see how they were advertising their products.
So how does your miracle child get cancer?
What does the websites look like? How I'm educating off the work. And I noticed on the website, there's a lot of worded information in there. There just was no videos in there. I really couldn't see how that product actually worked. I had to go outside the website, go to YouTube, find somebody who bought the product and see their review. That's how I had to do it. So I realized if I'm going to be selling this product, I'm going to have tons of video demonstrations showing the product with just about everything you could possibly think of. And this is why we have over 7,000 videos on our YouTube account, because we went in and did all those video demonstrations to show how the product works. I felt that pictures were not going to be enough. That sometimes a customer has to see the videos instead. And this is why when you look at everybody else's account that claims they do all these videos, we actually overshadow them with no problem. That's why we pop up faster on YouTube, because again, we have flooded YouTube with our video demonstrations because that's how I thought it should have been done. I really would like to see somebody, instead of explaining to me how to paint the screen, and show me how to paint the screen in. So that's why we started all that. Let me see, correct address. Yeah, this is another very important policy that you have to have on your site, because this comes up quite a lot, where customers will go in, and sorry, not all customers, I'm not saying all of y'all, I'm gonna try to feel bad, not all of y'all, but we have some customers that will literally go in, and I've had this happen so many times, it's not even funny. They will go in and they will buy something, and I don't even know how they're buying things on this particular account if the address is not correct. They have not changed their shipping information. And because they have not changed their shipping information, and you ship it to whatever address that PayPal prints up, they feel that you're responsible for this and it's your fault. It is not your fault. It's actually how I think the dad had this conversation, and I should have never had this conversation to begin with. by sitting there saying, okay, how is this supposed to be my fault at the end of the day? Because you didn't change your shipping information on your site. Your shipping information on your credit card or debit card. How is that my problem? But for some reason, some of them feel it is my problem. No, let me explain this to you. It's your debit card at the end of the day. I don't have control of access to your debit card. It's up to you to actually go in and, I gotta put my notes real quick. Your job to go in and basically update your shipping information so that way we can ship it to the correct address. Now, when I told people at the end of the day that also we have the policy down here that you have to send us an email if you want to ship it off to a certain address. Then and it said you moved right away roughly and you have it coming in if something's going on and it's going to that particular address, we can change the address for you. We can go in and edit it for you. But we need an email from you giving us permission to do so. So that way we are protected by the buyer policy. I don't blow my nose. Now, for those of you that are saying, gee whiz, that's a lot. Yeah, guess what? It is a lot. You want to have your own business? You want to basically sell online? Guess what? You better have all your information in there. You better know exactly what you're doing. Because your shipping policy, again, is supposed to be massive. So let me see right here. Meow. Look on the manager. Meow. Wow, you're getting in trouble. It's funny, the manager just came in. Hey, Taco. You just come in? You doing some inspecting today? Are you gonna sit in the chair? You gonna the rug? Where are you gonna go at? You watching some TV? Why are you so playful when you're on camera, but in the house, like, so destructive. Now, what are you doing today? I'm just sitting there chilling. See how his tail goes up like a question mark? It literally walks around like a question mark all day. What are you doing today? You got the window open. Let me go check your window, make sure he has his blankie in his window. Because he likes to sit there and likes to inspect the neighborhood. All right, put his blankie in there. Come on. Let me put your blankie in your window. That's what you're probably doing. Okie doke. So I had to make sure his plastic, he got a little comfort padding in the window for when he watches the people. All right, shipping time of delivery, business days. Let me see.
If you are music maker shopping for gear online,
I gotta follow something else. This video here is way too much.
Our award-winning customer service, you're sure to get the gear you need.
Commercial. Gee whiz. I don't understand people are gonna make their money up to commercials, but I can't use that one. Oh, that's better. Look at this one. Why he sits there and he argues whatever's out the window and he's arguing with. See, that's what I'm talking about. I love that peace of mind. When I first started off with making screen paints, this wasn't possible. This was not even possible. This was basically, I still had some light in the environment, but not like I'm using now, not this comfortable. I had to have it a little bit darker in here in order to use the product we used to make many, many years back. Now, I can be in a fully lit environment, I can watch my screen. All right, no, that sounds a little too, a little basic there for you. Oh, I forgot. We have to put this in here instead. This is a little too big. This is definitely going to push things around in here. Let's see what we got this at. We got this at 61. Let me bring it down to... Alright. This is definitely going to shift my media players around down there. A little bit right here. So that's there. So I'm so happy because again, we're going to get all this nonsense put away for good. These headaches are going away for good. And I'm so happy about it. Because anything I do in life, I always have to worry about these stalkers. I'm calling them stalkers now. They are. It is what it is. It's just there's activities they've been doing. It's been quite weird. And I was in a restaurant a couple of days ago, and my friends were looking through the emails and stuff, and they were like, "This is not even troll material anymore. This is literally borderline stalking now." So, and we're calling it what it is. It's stalking. And then yesterday, seeing freaking 30, I mean, we went from 30 messages all the way up to, I think he counted somewhere almost 20 messages, and they were weird too. They were asking about furniture, and first of all, what would furniture have to do anything with screen paint? It has nothing to do with screen paint. You're worrying about my furniture, like if I'm buying furniture or not? That's creepy. That's really creepy. Why are you concerned about that? I had people come in and say, yeah, I watched this video, and the guy's disturbing. And people have called you disturbing. So first of all, what would the inside of an area or what he has or who he is and about his personal, what would it have to do with screen paint? That's how you out yourself as being a bit stalky. Now, I made a comment about how, and it shouldn't look that way. If you're going to present a product, if you're going to present a product, the environment should look somewhat decent where you're presenting that environment. That's one thing I broke my back to do, is when I actually did demonstrations, I basically did demonstrations where I've actually changed entire environments out. Built movie theaters, and we did the whole white room. We did the whole room in white with LED lights. We did a room, we did circuit boards running all through with LED lights all over the place. I went over and beyond to develop environments for settings, for screens, to make them look incredible in their environment. Presentation is everything. When you serve a dish to someone, you're making a meal for them. If there's food splashed all outside the dish, that looks very sloppy. That's a very sloppy presentation. You're supposed to clean that up. It's supposed to clean. No food is supposed to leave where that food is being placed on that dish. If it's just one little drop of gravy or whatever it may be on the side of the dish, it throws the entire dish off. It ruins the entire thing. It even ruins the appetite of that person. Keep in mind, trust me, there are fancy restaurants like that, people, at the end of the day. That dish has to be clean. It has to look nice. Presentation look nice. Presentation is everything. And for the environment that he had took pictures on, he had junk all over the place, and there was open closet area, and there was sheets and stuff bundled up in there. That's not professional. That's what I called him out on, that right there. That should look more professional. You got the projector slanted to the side, and there's wires all over the place. Now, when I do a demonstration, if I'm taking pictures, I'm not going to take pictures with wires all over the place. If I'm basically doing a video, we're in there working at the time, and it's wires are all over the place, yeah, we need some wire management. We're just doing some work. That's basically about it. We say what it is. But if I'm taking pictures, you look at all my pictures, you know, they're all done nicely in a nice background because presentation is everything. And for what that looked like you were doing a demonstration for hoarders. It looked awful. You should never have pictures like that if you're showing off your product, because you have to understand, maybe you may think it's okay, but the person looking at it will not think it's okay. And that will change the way whether he or she buys your product. Now, like I said, if you're serving food and you got one where somebody just threw the food all over the plate and they put it in, this is what we had, and someone took their time and they basically positioned so it was real nice and they garnished it, looks beautiful, then guess what meal is going to be eaten at the end of the day? The one that's garnished, the one that looks really nice, the one that has food splattered all over it. No one's going to touch that. It looks unappetizing. I wouldn't touch it. Even though the food may be absolutely amazing, I still wouldn't touch it. Presentation is everything. Anyone tell you that working in business has got a board meeting, presentation is everything. That's what's going to get the boss's attention. That's what's going to get you the big office. That's going to get you the private parking. Presentation is everything. So, yeah. So that's what I talked about that right there all together. All right. Yeah, maybe we get it in there. We need somebody has conversations with all day out in the window. Oh, you're back in here, Mr. Man, back in here, bumping my legs. Stay from under my cabinet, you creepy cat, you. Next to my speakers. I had a video taped that to him. I said, why are you back there arguing with your cat? Like, cat's look at my speakers. Yeah, right. Yeah, he didn't look at my speakers. Weird kitty. Kitty. Wow. Alright, yeah, I tell you my speakers moved a little bit. Videos moved a little bit there. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I got orders I gotta get out overseas. These are the last of my overseas orders. I get them done. Okay. Oh man, I got so much work coming this week. It's not even funny. I'm glad to get this price. That's why it's taking me so long to get these projects done. I got 3 websites. I'm working on 3 websites. I still have the exotic collections, which I got to start working on that pretty soon. I got to start making products for that site. I got a lot of work tied up. And then I want to get all as much done as possible before the summertime kicks in, because I'll be renting out the storefront properties and I got to get those areas set up nice. Now, those are going to be showrooms, by the way. You can't go in there and buy anything. I think you can buy anything. I don't know. We might put a kiosk machine in there. I'm thinking about it. Put a kiosk machine in there. That'll make it easy for me to just go to the website and order right from there. And that's one of the things I got from people who actually also been through our website, is they like the way the website's designed. And we try to make the website, so basically we treat it just like how we design environments. We try to design environments. That's why we have something called Showcase. And the Showcase section is an area that you can go into and you can check out even more pictures and stuff like that, because apparently Wix does not have enough room for us. They really don't. When we go in there, we actually, one time I was in there and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't save links to the page. And the reason why I couldn't save links to the page is because we literally depleted the 8,000 that they have, and they have 8,000 charters that you can put in, and we've already completed it. So we had to make a Showcase page. All right, so right there we have that. So we shipped to Hawaii and Canada. Okay, that's good. Let me go. Did I get a copy of this? Oh, I can't move that there. Did I shift my video players? I shouldn't shift them. All right, no, we didn't shift them. Okay, they're good. Let me go over here, and I need to. I'm pretty sure I copied this already, but I like to make sure. All right, I need to put this in all my shopping carts. Right there, and we added some updates. I'm gonna do some updates for the Crystal Edge technology screens. Let me see. I'm gonna copy of this right here. I need to put this down on all of these shopping carts. All right, that's done. Updated and finished. Yeah, taco screen paint is going to be available this summer. Boom, 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 boom. I love about Tacos paint. Now, Tacos paint's going to be a little interesting. Tacos paint is going to be, I have some people coming in to promote Tacos product. Because again, I told you proceeds for Tacos products are going to be going to the SPCA to help out the shelter animals, which I'm planning to get a couple of them when I basically get my house. I'm planning to get me a couple of dogs. I'm gonna get 2 small ones and 1 big one, and probably another cat. Cause Chaco needs to play mate. But I get a female because my family members they want little tacos. So I want some little taco supremes. Ooh, they're gonna be so cute. I mean, little tiny. I want to mix them with Persian, like a big old Persian cat in taco. How the cats may come out looking, that'd be pretty cool looking. So that'd be kind of cool right there. And then we get them like little taco outfits they can run around in. That'd be so cool. Now, I will be keeping the majority of, I'm gonna have a lot of cats. I can see right now I have a lot of animals, so I'm keeping 4. I'm gonna keep a couple to myself. My family members and friends are getting some of the rest of them. Little tacos. All right, let me see. Okay, everything's updated here. We're good. Let's publish one more time. I like to make sure we publish. And now let's go over to our, oh, there's a huge difference. I got a cheap mouse here compared to my gaming mouse, but it's a huge difference, man. The gaming mouse is much smoother, much more accurate, much more faster. And I gotta give me another one. I'm not used to this. This feels kind of weird. Let me see. It's pretty good though, but still, just having a gaming mouse. All right, let's go over to test page over here. Man, I tell you, man, I love Steam, but I don't know what goes on with them sometimes. I wonder sometimes. I had 2 accounts with Steam. The main machine that I use the most that has all my games on it, that's the machine. For some reason, I went to go log in. My login was completely gone. It wasn't even there anymore. I'm like, what the freak? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, I swear. Anyway, my login was gone. I don't even know how that was even possible to get with. I mean, basically, my password, all that was gone out of there. I had one incident that happened with my ex. I had a Steam account I had for many, many years. It's worth quite a bit. And she wanted to do something, and I don't know what she did on my machine, but I never was able to get access back into my Steam account. Like, never. Lost the entire account. She was Louise, I swear. But anyway, I got a feeling that one of my sister's kids wanted to play with one of my gaming pieces. I think they did something with it, but I don't know. I can't really say that at all. I'm not sure, but I've never seen a login account disappear like that. But I couldn't get access to this one. So I got it over here, and Steam puts you through the loops on getting your access back to your account. I got it back, but man, they put you through the loops, but I'm glad I was able to get it back. The other one I couldn't get back in. That was sabotage. But I doubt it. But anyway, outdoor screens, but this is what kind of daylight they have to be in. I swear, the reason why I say that because I saw some of an inflatable screen, and it was supposed to be a black screen, and that thing was so dark looking. It was just so dark. You couldn't see anything at all, period. We see that a lot. There's a company called iPaint Screens. I think that's what they're called. Same reaction. It's really shadowy dark around the corners, and it's really dark. And by the way, we have videos to match all these. The pictures you see, all videos are matching these. But this is how the inflatable screen is supposed to look outside. It's not supposed to have those dark shadows and all that stuff around it. It's not supposed to look like that at all, period. That means your product can't see white light. That's the problem. Let me see. Oh yeah, we got to change down here. That's what we're doing today. There we go. Let's go to management. Let me see. Now the alpha ones, I haven't even decided yet. I'm deciding whether I might make the Alpha 1 and it's a wallpaper screen. I'm thinking about it. I mean, we'll have the warehouse space to be to have hire people to come in to coat those screens for us. Hire me a couple professional painters that are well equipped to use professional sprayers. I'm not talking about Wagner's. I'm talking about high-end professional paint spraying machines, because they're not going to use Wagner's, and they don't want something high-end for their craft or what they do. And I think we're going to do wallpaper setups. That's what we're going to do with the Alpha 1 technology. That way we don't have to worry about the customer. That's going to, and that product is, like I said, the price will be a bit beefy, but we don't have to worry about the customer making any mistakes, because people would be nervous around a product that has a tag on it like that. It's not like 5,000, 6,000 tag. It's actually way cheaper than certified, but still it does have a bit of a beefy price on it. But I think it'd be better if we convert them into a wallpaper surface, because that way it would make it a lot more easier for the customer. You don't have to worry about any work at all whatsoever. I love this. When we talk about our prices, we get people that the naysayers will come here and get upset. You shouldn't get that. Why shouldn't we? Are you matching any of my test demonstrations? Any of them? Any of them? You can't even pass your own test demonstrations, alone try to pass ours. So why do you think that our product isn't worth that? I can beat a $5,000 screen. Matter of fact, I can beat quite a few of them. Matter of fact, if I wanted to, Alpha 1s can beat all of them. So show me where your product is doing any of our tests whatsoever. You guys can't even barely pull up in fully lit environments, and I have yet to see massive screen size in fully lit environments. Do you see the picture? This is the black technology we have here. Do you even have a picture that matches that? Any of these? I can go into the next room right now. I got the screen in there right now, and I can turn the lights on and do the exact same demonstration you're looking at right here in the picture in a fully lit environment with no problem. I don't have to stage anything in here for that nonsense. So this is the reason why our product is worth way beyond that. The reason why we show off our demonstrations when we knock out certifies is, number one, to show the worth of our technology, but number two, to show at the end of the day that our product is better than certified. And I have yet to see these guys attempt to go against Diamond Technology, which again, telling you right from the door, you will get your butt handed to you. And this stuff is pretty good. Out of all the certified screens I've tested, the Diamond would be the best. Now, like I said, not saying that to get any brownie points, because I don't want anything from the guy whatsoever. Couldn't care less about his product at the end of the day. Well, I can't say couldn't care less. His product is good. But in a way to put it where, we don't need him. We don't want it. We don't. Because I don't like how he treated us, like I said, with the whole crease and desist order, because, the side-by-side demonstrations. I thought that was completely unfair on how he did it. But I do respect basically the work he put in. I do respect the fact that he did put the time in to build what he designed, and he deserves to be where he's at because he worked hard to get there. I would never sit there and say, oh, the guy's a scammer, he's this, that, and the other. He does deserve the right to be there. He worked hard. He earned that right. But the problem we have with other people, that they don't acknowledge other people's technology of being on that level, and they get scared and they tear it down. I could have sat there and teared it down for 12 years. No. The reason why we have the black technology we have now, because of what I saw when I did the side-by-side demonstration. So we're giving you a little credit for that. We're giving us that outlook to see exactly what the future looks like. Most of it goes to our Lord and Savior, because the Lord and Savior is the one who gave us the technology to be able to overpower his screen with no problem. So, unless they develop a black screen, which we would love to see, that's the only way we're going to have any form of challenges to be to take Alpha 1 when it launches in 2024. There's no screen that's going to be to touch it. So that's why we're advising ahead of time for certified screen makers out there. If you can hear my voice right now, I would strongly suggest for you to make a black certified screen. You need one desperately. Because the technology we have right now can wipe your product clean. Imagine when we bring out the Alpha 1. It's going to turn your stuff. And you're still running gunmetal, you're going to have issues. You're going to have some serious issues with that screen. So I don't know how long it takes you guys to develop your technology. You got like 1 year, or probably less than 1 year now before that thing launches. And if you think we're joking at the end of the day that our technology can't do it, I'll buy every single one of your sample sheets and I'll put it against that Alpha 1 and I'll watch yourself turn into a white sheet of paper if you think I'm joking. It takes us 20 minutes to develop technology, 20, 30 minutes to develop technology. We have the demonstrations to prove it. We're actually taking about a year to develop. So imagine if we're taking a year to develop this technology and it's embedded with that sun killer technology that can eat light. Whoo, man, you better come up with something good. If not, you're going to get destroyed. That's just our message to certified screens. Now, see, naysayers who make screen paint products, can you make that speech? We can, because we know it's coming. The Alpha 1. Can't make that speech, can you? Can't even beat a black diamond. You can't even take down a black diamond. How long can you make that speech? Our eyesights are not on you. What products do you have at the end of the day that's pretty much going to spark my interest? There's nothing there. I can literally wipe an entire eBay out with no problem. I think I'm joking. I don't want to do it because at the end of the day, if we do it, man, it's not a good thing to do when you think about it. You have to look at both sides of the coin. We know we have the capability of doing it. There's no certified screen that can stand our technology. What makes you think an everyday gray screen paint is going to be to do it? That's just basic common sense. And again, why? It would be no point to do that because, again, these people never said anything about me. They don't talk about me and the other. I have no issues with them. Why would I do that? Matter of fact, a couple of them I did buy from. They were actually extremely good. They were really good. For a light gray screen paint product, they were really, really good and extremely reasonable. A couple of them I actually tested from. They were actually quite nice. And the instructions were pretty easy to do. I read through the specification sheets very well, were put together. Everything did exactly as they claimed it did. Fantastic. There was a couple of them I actually did test out. Didn't put against our product because you'll hear me in the video demonstration, so I'm not going to sit against our screen because I'm not doing that. I'm just going to basically do a demonstration of showing how well their products work. And their products are actually quite nice. Let me see here. Where are we at on this one? This one, right? Okay, we have it here. We need to remove. Take that out. Alright, we have that there. So we'll save this right here. Well, hopefully, I hope the certified screens did hear what I said. I hope they want a black screen. Oh, that'd be the best Christmas ever. A black certified screen. Gee whiz, that would be amazing. We don't have anybody to test that product off of. We don't have anything to test our black screens off right now as we speak. For what I've seen in the black screen paints already, poorly done, extremely poorly done. Where are your tests at that? Black screens have to have more tests than any other product because it's a black screen, that's why. It's a screen that when people think of black screens, the first thing they think is, how the frig is that possible? How you can get an image of off a black surface? There you go. That's why they require tons of testing. If you're seeing a screen, that's why they don't like us at the end of the day, because we raise the bar. This is why they try to debunk our test demonstrations, because they don't want to do them, because they can't do them. That's why we put challenges on our tests. If our tests are so easy and they're fake, then you have no trouble completing the test. And since they can't complete the test, then the test must be real. Those black screens need to be tested, and they have to be tested, because you can literally get a screen home that's going to be so dark it will not pick up. It would have problems with angles, which we saw already in one demonstration. The white levels don't come up. It's really dark and shadowy. Yeah, corners are really dark, like the 1960 kind of display when you do that kind of Photoshop design. That's a black round corners. Yeah, it could easily come up looking like it. May they display well on 1,000 projectors. Some of them require really high-end projectors to get the white levels to pull. Some require to be in ambient light controlled environments. Some will not work on ultra short throw projectors. There's a whole lot of stuff that could pop up on them. So that's why when I see screen paints and people claiming to have the same product as us, we can work on ultra short throw projectors. When I see people saying they can't work on ultra short throws, well, how would you compare you to me? I can work on an ultra short throw, you can't. How would you ever compare yourself to my product? Yeah, there you go. Or they require certain lumen counts and just crazy stuff. Y'all not doing it right. Something ain't right. But black technology requires a lot of testing. And if you're watching demonstrations and there's no test behind it, don't even go near it. Especially when it's a black screen. Don't go near it. They have to be tested. So we got a black screen and the test we call it sunbather to see if the screen could generate, the gain on the screen could generate enough light. Mind, this is a demonstration go watch right on our channel. We have it on a crazy, insane demonstration. We do demonstrations outside the box. Where I actually built a ledge for a 1,000 lumen projector that was sitting outside the window while sunlight was bathing the projector. So that projector, when it fired up, it had to deal with sunlight from the door, which cut the lumen count down to pretty much next to nothing. It had to travel, I think it was 11 feet, had to go past the deck, past the window, through the window, travel 11 feet and filter through I think it was a 500 watt light bulb and hit the screen and maintain at the same time. Demonstrations right there on the site. You have to do tests like that. Here we go. And they don't want to do them. That's the problem. And then when they make up all these excuses. Let me see. 1,000 demonstration. Right there. Okay, it needs to be right there. I wonder if this will save. I wonder if we maxed this out. If it doesn't say it means we maxed it out. I bet you we maxed it out. Did we max it out? You should know. That's a showroom. Why come they still so spaced out? 1,000 to put it on it right next. Alright. Alright, we have a next one out. This one is I'm taking this one out. We have to request those. Only companies request these. This is projector mapping. And once in a while we get a customer who does an infinity ceiling, they'll do it. That is the Chickapaw Ferry. That's going to be available this summer too. I'm ready for that. We can do is, I'm gonna keep the 32 in the gallon because we get requests for the gallons all the time. Let me see. Let me go and put this in real quick. Where you brain pickers, boy, I tell you. I'm gonna start hanging up the phone on you guys. How rude, how rude of you to contact me. I'm busy. I'm literally busy working on something. If you're gonna buy, you buy. If you're not gonna buy, don't come there to pick my brain. I hate that mess. And people come there and pick my brain, they want to ask me. We know the questions when they come up, so you know this from the door. So we have people that will contact us and pick our brain. Now let's say and someone's contact us, they make a purchase, yeah, then we have no problem helping you out. I have no problem whatsoever. But if you're just coming in here just to pick my brain for information, no, I hate that crap. And we know how you, because if you're talking about the product, usually come people that are interested about the product, we'll talk about the product. We'll get a little bit here and there, but they pretty much got already figured out what they're going to be doing, what they're designing, how they're going to hook it up. They just need the product to finish the deal. So the conversation will be mainly on the product. Every so once in a while, I may push it over to what they're doing. Like, okay, so where are you putting the projectors at? How they're set up? This, that, and the other. Okay, that's pretty cool. So and so and so. When you could have did this, it would be a little bit more affordable. So I'll give my 2 cents in there on to help them out with that. But mainly they'll be talking about the product because again, that's the main piece that they need to finish and complete their project that they just got finished completing. But people that are in there to pick my brain will come in there and they will talk only about their projects. Well, you know, the projector has to be there. How would you put the projector here? And how would you center it here? And how would you attach it to the ceiling? And what kind of programs would you use? Are you using kind of special animations and 3D mapping equipment? Where do I get the 3D mapping equipment from? I mean, how much does it cost and what good dealerships? And how is that done? See, that's the kind of stuff that we hear and we automatically go, well, I'm sorry. I hope you wish you the best on your project, but I have to go. I'm extremely busy. Now I've had other customers that came in and paid for my time, even though I don't like that at the end of the day. But again, them being a business person at the end of the day, they know time is money. And they'll say, look, Mr. Bird, I need some time out with you, so and so and so. Maybe I can pay you for your time, this, that, and the other. Sometimes I'll take it, sometimes I won't. You know, it depends on the person. But like I said, usually, like I said, if you don't know something about how to put it together, it's not my job to figure out how to do your project for you. That's not my job. My job is to basically sell screen paint products and I educate people on some of the demonstrations. But if you want me to literally go in and do your job for you, this is not going to happen. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to tick me off, and I'm going to basically not only am I going to basically disconnect the call with you, but I'm going to make it so that you can't ever buy the product, period. And I've had 3 people who had serious projects that they had to do. At the end of the day, I explained to you people, and I can't say it enough. If it was about money, I would be living in a mansion right now, driving a very expensive car due to the fact that my product at the end of the day is worth way more than what it's designed, way more than what we charge it for if it was about money. And I would have made it so that basically that I would only deal with high-end client customers only. I wouldn't be dealing with the everyday man at the end of the day. I would be just dealing with people who basically have the money to afford it, much like the expensive car makers or anything else they make on the planet for a certain, like the elect, but I don't do that. So for companies that they contact me, I couldn't care what company you have, who you're from, this, that, and the other. Your money don't mean jack to me. So you can hear that on my video right from the door. I don't care about how much you make. I don't care who you're connected to. Really don't care at the end of the day. If you're coming to me honestly and we're going to do business and we do business and we keep it on an honest level. If you're coming there to manipulate me and pick my brain to get information out of me and waste my time, I'm going to basically disconnect the call and I'm basically going to terminate any chance of you ever get to getting your hands on my product to begin with. And I don't care how big of an order you claim you're going to make. I do not care. You can understand that one from the door. I love it when I've been there and I've had companies offer me large sums of money because they think that, oh, he's going to run like a dog for a bone. You get the wrong person at the end of the day. I chase God. I don't chase money. Anything you have at the end of the day, my Lord and Savior has it 1,000,000 times over. So please enlighten me on that whole nonsense because at the end of the day, I am not concerned about what you make. If you come to me honestly and you want to do business with me honestly, then I'll work with you. You know what I mean? If your intentions are to come here and pick my brain and waste my time, yeah, you got the wrong person at the end of the day. And some people may say, well, he's upset because he didn't make a lot of money. No, it has nothing to do with money. I told you that from the door. Good gracious. You know, people stop following the earth all day long and start following God, and you understand how it all works. You don't chase money, you chase God. God is going to provide everything you need for you. Why in the world are you chasing the money on the earth? Lose your salvation, lose your soul, and end up burning in the lake of fire for the rest of your life because you chose to chase the money on this earth. So what are you going to have? You'd rather have man remember you on the earth or God remember you in heaven? Which one you want? I'd rather have God remember me in heaven. Because in heaven, you'll be there forever. And in hell, you also will be there forever. We get that right there? We get that right there. So that's why I explain to people at the end of the day, I don't care what you drive. I don't care what you have. I don't care who you're connected to. Guess what? My Lord can give me that and so much more. if it's meant for me to have. Oh, we maxed this page out. This is a max out page. It means we over. All right, we don't need to have it here. 800 charters. Look, we maxed out the page. Boom. 800, 8,000, 8,000. That's how much information we literally had in our specification sheet. We maxed it out. Yeah. Dang, I mean, we're going to put it up in the whatchamacallit. Well, it's actually overhead in the marketplace, but I wanted it here. We can't literally have it here. We maxed it out. Oh, we can't have it there. Gee whiz. I told you our specification sheets were freaking massive. They're huge and massive. Oh, I got to go into all the showrooms too. I forgot all these places got showrooms connected to them. All right, we can't put it there. We literally have maxed out 8,000. Can you imagine putting 8,000? We'll have to put it in the showroom, but it's still over top anyway. What's this for? Oh yeah, this is for the. I'm gonna change one of these out too. Where's the whatchamacallit for this too? We got both of these. I'm gonna do this one right here for the ceiling. That's one thing in business, and you got to learn in business basically to have a backbone for your business. I'll be in there chasing money like that. You're gonna sell your soul down the line because somebody throws you a few dollars. You have a backbone at the end of the day. I have one time a guy contacted me and told me he's gonna fly me out so I can paint his screen in for him. No, I'm not doing that. You lost your mind? No, we done here. So you can basically brag to your friends, oh, I had the owner himself come down and paint the screen in for me. No. I have a backbone at the end of the day. This is why people, when you don't trust in God and you trust in the money on the earth, you would chase that money no matter what. Because you're always worrying about, well, if I don't do this, I'm not going to have the money to do this. I'm not going to have the money to do that. And what's going to happen? My business is going down, blah, 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 blah. When you're a Christian at the end of the day, you don't have that thought in your head. You know that God provides for everything that you need at the end of the day, so I don't need to chase it. If someone offers me money, I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't want it. I'm good. And then next week or whatever comes up, that money pops back into your account. You have it no matter what. No matter what, you will have it no matter what. No matter if it gets to a point where your business can slow down and nothing can be coming in and you could have bills due, guess what? They will be paid. They will be taken care of because they'll be taken care of no matter what. That's why the mindset you have to have when you're a Christian at the end of the day. That's what Christians' mindsets are like. Yeah, we worry, we go through this and that and the other. That's what Christian boot camp is all about. It's to build you up, to make you stronger. So sometimes you have to go through the muck, you have to go through the dirt, you have to go through the rain, you have to go through the storm, but you will rise victorious every single time. And once you realize that you will rise victorious every single time, when that storm comes again, you'll be so much stronger. And you'll be like, I've been here before. I've seen this battle before. I know how this all works. It's like having the ability to relive the battle again, the exact same way. You already know what's going to happen because you can already call it because you've seen it. You've been through it already before. And that makes you so much stronger. And then every time you go through a battle, you remember that I survived the last one and that one and that one, so this will be no different. And you'll survive that one too. And this is the reason why when money's handed to me that way, I can deny it and turn it like, no, I'm good. Or basically, it may involve something that may go against my religion, where somebody at one point wanted to set something up for a strip club, and I refused the order. I wouldn't do it. I denied their order. I don't want my product in there. Even though it was a lot of money, I don't want it in there. Well, I'm not losing anything. What am I losing at the end of the day? Tell me what you can give me that God can't. And you can't. You can't even bring yourself back if you wanted to. You don't even own your own life at the end of the day. Honestly, to tell you the truth, you think you own everything. You don't even own your very life. You can own even the breath that comes from your mouth. You don't own this. It does not belong to you. It's given to you. So every time you take a deep breath, that's a gift from God. Because you don't own it. It can be taken away just like that. So how in the world people sit there and claim that they own and have everything? They don't even own the very breath that comes out of their mouth every single day. It's not yours. It's given to you. It's a gift. So that's why I don't chase that money. I could be living in a closet, running my company. I could be sleeping on a laundry floor. Doesn't make a difference. I'm always going to praise his name, and he's always going to bless and make sure I have what I need. Lord needed to know that I needed a bigger spot. You know, I couldn't run my entire business on the laundry floor. He said, just wait. I got something for you. Don't rush into things. Just wait. And I ain't waiting. And I ended up in this place. It's a pretty good size, pretty big place in here. I'm not used to being in an apartment, you know what I mean? And that's what I chose anyway, because that was my choice to choose. But it is bigger than the apartments I've seen, some of the places I went to. But anyway, plenty of room to work in. And that's what I needed it for. So now the next stage is now he's asking me, what house would I like? And that's what I'm thinking about. Nice big house. I haven't decided on it yet. I don't even know what I want to go with that. I like the tiny houses. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I do like the tiny houses, though. I do like them. I don't want anything too tiny, but I do like the tiny houses. They had these ones. I like to build things by hand. I do love that. I don't like to really buy. If I can build it by hand instead of buying it, I would rather do it that way. The fact of basically crafting something with your own hands and building it yourself and giving you the gratification that you built that and you didn't have to buy it at the end of the day is fantastic. I tell you, people who build furniture, man, your lives have got to be freaking amazing. I couldn't imagine had that capability and that skill. Good gracious. Can you imagine you never ever have to buy furniture, like ever? You can make your own furniture. That has got to be amazing. Got to be. How much money people spend in furniture and you can make your own furniture? I ain't buying that sofa. I'll make one. I'll make one much better. Gee whiz, that has got to be amazing. That's what I said. People who have those crafts to do that, that's got to be amazing. Like on my end, I don't ever have to buy a TV as long as I live or worry about having tiny screen. Like I told you, when I grew up, I always wanted a big screen. Always wanted a big screen, and just to get the Ford one. I can have a screen as big as I want, and I don't have to spend a lot of money for the projector. I don't have to be stuck in a dark environment. That is my fun right there. So when I go to Best Buy and I see people buying these expensive TVs, and I got my screen right over here, I can watch this in a fully lit environment. I don't have to worry about none of that nonsense, and I can have a screen as big as I want. And that's one of the things I actually dreamed about when I went to electronic stores and I would see those big TVs sitting there. And I would think, gee whiz, I don't even have the money. I can't even afford to have that. And I wonder what it's like to watch something on a TV that big. Never have to go through that ever. But man, that's my trip at the end of the day. But other people who build furniture, yeah, I can imagine that. And that's gonna be cool. And then I see people on YouTube building their own do-it-yourself cloud sofas and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Those are the people that I freaking love at the end of the day, because again, those are people who decided to just take things into their own hands and just do it themselves. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I actually looked at some blueprints on building my own cloud sofa, and I'm actually going to build my own sofa. People sit there and say, oh, you're too cheap to buy a TV. My stuff is better than yours. And I can project off the ceiling if I want to. Look at that. That's our ceiling projection demonstration. I got one right over top me right now. My ceiling's a TV. Oh, I think it's freaking sick. I missed that cloud. Where did I get that one from? The clouds was a pretty good one too. I can't figure out where I got that one from. Well, I'm gonna do a cloud effect in here today. I want to see some clouds off my ceiling today. This was pretty nice. I like that one. I'm gonna put that one right there. For that one. And I think I'm going to activate the other one. You should allow me to be able to pass that, right? I should be able to. All right. Let me come in and see if they gave it to me. I'm going to save it here. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to publish. See if we got it going on right there. We should be good. That reset the button. I said God works everything out. Always wanted 5G. Every place I went to down here, we don't have it. We don't get a Verizon in this section for Jack. We don't have it. I found some kind of, it's not a name brand. I never heard it before, but it's a name brand down here, I guess it is, for Wi-Fi service and internet service. So when the guy came in, they charged me for, I think it was 4G or something. They would charge for 4G. But the 4G wouldn't hook up down here. It wouldn't connect. The 5G connected down here. Tell me God, it's not good. I wanted 5G. And the only thing they had was 4G, and the 4G wouldn't connect. The 5G connected. So everything down here now runs in all 5G. And the thing about it is when they call the office and the guy said, well, look, the 4G is not hooking up to 5. They already set the account up. They're just charging me for 4G, but I had 5 instead. Freaking love it. That was good. The devil's already upset and angry and agitated already today. Like, I can't stand this guy. I can't stand him. I'm gonna do something and if you're thinking about in the back of your mind, I gotta do something to trash this guy or tear him down. Yeah, you're just talking the devil's talk at the end of the day, because that's what he's thinking the same thing too. But nope, not gonna happen. You don't get victories over here. You do not get victories over here. Where we on this? Oh, we're over here. Oh, over there. I'm over trying to figure out what mouse we're hooking up. We're over there. This is what I keep turning my head and looking at the same time. It's my black technology over there. The beautiful thing about this is I can have my monitors on here and I can watch my screen over there, which these are all black monitors. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to that and see if we changed it out for us with the picture. Let's go pop back over here. So I'm also happy because we do business online, but soon, once I get my storefront, our company is going to jump. And this is going to be fantastic because now we can pull a lot of people off the streets. We can bring them in and they can come right down to the showroom and can check it out for themselves. This is going to give us so much exposure for the company. Because the company needs a lot of exposure. That's what it needs. All right, what do we have to change in there? All right, I'll do, that one did change. All right, that worked. Okay, let me go over and get here. I want to change out. I'll bring back the gallon, one of the gallons for that one. We have this one right here, sister. So we don't need this one here. This one's not needed because we already had one there for the 3D, for the mapping showcase. And that has both of them in there. And why do we have this? Why is this so far over? As a matter of fact, let me regroup that entire page. Okay, cool. All right, so that's the showroom for that page. All right, this is active, right? This one is the one gallon of the ceiling. All right, that's good. And the cart, we have in the cart for it. Okay, good. All right, that should automatically save. All right, that's good right there. Move that to the last final one for the outdoor. I'm definitely getting another one of these inflatable screens. This is one of the best inflatable screens I've gotten so far. One of the best ones. I like these because they have the tabs on the top, the clips on the top. That's why I like those right there. You have the other ones that actually strap around. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of those right there. Certain ones we like to work with, certain ones we don't when it comes to inflatable screens. I haven't really got the time to basically explain the difference in inflatable screens. But like I said, we're not gonna be here much longer, and I'm going to get a house and with a big backyard. Or actually, I haven't decided on that yet. I don't know if I'm gonna get the house with backyard. I'm just trying to buy 4 acres and just put a house on it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I got time to figure out what I want to do. Let me see. Just for a minute. That's right here. I need to get another microphone system. This is pretty cool. I'm gonna get to pass this first, because I don't get this done. Make sure Not seeing free worldwide shipping there. Do we have enough to put the each one here, or do we maxed out? All right, we can get that reading at the bottom. When it gets that reading at the bottom till we pass 8,000, we can't be in there with that. It won't allow us to do it. All right, can we save? Yeah, okay, we're good. That's perfect. All right, let me come out of here. Let me save. And let me preview. I've seen people taking those, and I now look at them differently now. They take those Home Depot and Lowe's sheds and they convert those into luxury homes. Now, I'm not talking about the little ones, no. They got the ones that are big, they're 2 stories. I've seen it with the sliding barn door, and I thought that was freaking fascinating on how they did that. I wouldn't do one of them, I'd probably do 4 of them together because I do need a little space in there for myself. But I thought that was freaking amazing. We're going off topic, so you know this one on a bit of a field trip real quick. Let me see. Home Depot's 2-story sheds. Oh man, they do such fantastic jobs with these at the end of the day. This one's $20,000, and sheds aren't cheap, by the way, so you know that they're not cheap sheds. You can spend 40 grand for 2 of these. We need about 4 of them to set up. This one's pretty big too. Ooh, this is 16 feet, so we're shit right there. And now, because Home Depot caught on to people doing this, they have now converted these things into like kits where you can turn them into homes, but you pay a little more, but they do the work for you, which is smart because I would have done the same thing myself. So I love this because it's like you can build and craft this yourself. They got the blueprints. I might just get the blueprints to be nice. I might just get 2 of these and then get some blueprints, and I can have those custom designed the way I want to. And then I can get like maybe about 5 or 6 acres of land. I got plenty of land to play with. Yeah, I want to get me a couple of these. But yeah, these are 20. These aren't cheap. When they're not cheap, cheaper than a house. But that's $20,000 for that one right there. So they're not exactly. People think, oh, it's a shed. I was talking to somebody about that. Oh, it's like a little tool shed. Like no. These things are big inside. But I actually walked around in a couple. I'm like, gee whiz, yeah. If you do that kind of work at the end of the day, man, those things are gold mines at the end of the day. They are. And people are now buying these and converting them into homes. It gets down to this, people. The economy is crazy. People are paying a lot of money in taxes for their homes. A lot of people have big homes at the end of the day are downsized into apartments. A lot of these people here are actually used to be homeowners and they're living in apartments now because, again, it just costs way too much money to be able to support the home at the same time, and they're just not making enough money at the end of the day. And some people are downsizing. There are people who have mansions at the end of the day that are basically leaving and walking away from these buildings because, again, things are just becoming too expensive. And then people are just figuring out new ways and order ways to survive. And by doing this, they come up with the most inventive ideas you could actually think of that coming out fantastic for everybody. This is what I like about people that think on that level. They figure out new ways on how to basically do things a better way for more affordable. It's like people who basically that are in prison have figured out ways, and I don't know why they don't start restaurants. You're basically coming out of lockup and you've been there long enough to learn how to make a gourmet meal out of a ramen package. You need to start a restaurant. You really do. Because I'm curious at the end of the day how that is. Remember, I was in juvie. I didn't go upstate. So that you just figured out a way how to make, you don't have to be, at the end of the day, people think, oh, you have to be certified to be a chef. You just have to be certified to work at certain places. At the end of the day, I've seen people who actually cook better than chefs, and they're not even certified. You have that knowledge and that skill level. And if you learn how to make all those different dishes and stuff, you'd be surprised how many people will pay money just to have that stuff at the end of the day. I would get myself a truck right now, and call it Jailbreak. That's literally what I would call it. I would call the truck Jailbreak, and I would make my dishes right out of that. Fantastic idea right there. That's $1 million idea. Boom. Good idea to have right there. People will pay for that. People go on YouTube and do those tutorials on how to make that food. And man, yeah, people will come in and make those foods. It's cheap, it's convenient, and on top of that, it tastes amazing. I had one guy basically show me how to make something they did with ramen packages, and it was fantastic. But in situations where people will have their back against the wall, they come up with the most inventive ideas you've ever seen in your entire life. Take that knowledge, take that education you just gave yourself and go do something with it. Make some money out of that. So, somebody somewhere came up with the idea of turning one of these into a luxury home. Number one, it doesn't take a lot of supplies. The structure is pretty well. You just have to reinforce a little bit areas there and there. And man, on top of that, if you're living on land, especially that has no plumbing, which you don't need anymore, and if you has no electricity, which you really don't need anymore, that land is going to be much cheaper because there's no power lines and no utilities running through it. They got a system here right now called, and I love EcoFlow. I actually bought one of their units from their Kickstarters, and it's the best idea ever. Let's see, power a house with EcoFlow. Boom, right there at your fingertips, right there. They got these on YouTube. They got this unit. This is the unit right here. This sucker, literally, you can plug this directly into your hot box. Run your entire house off a battery system that has built-in converters. It even has solar panels that you connect to the back of it that you can display outside. And these are not like panels that can crack and shatter. These are flexible panels that are portable, that generate enough energy for you to charge your batteries and power your house at the same time for free. The investment's like what, $7,000 right there at the end of the day, but still worth it on the fact that you're going to be spending thousands and thousands of dollars on the freaking utility bills at the end of the day. You can run that right there. Keep in mind, what about gas? You really don't, electric ovens, you can buy, in fact, they make ovens, they make air fryer ovens. Did you know that? You can buy an air fryer oven if you want one of them. They have something called an electric water heater. It's the size of a Captain Crunch box. You run the entire house completely off electricity right there. What about for water? Water is easy. Water, basically, I told you about water harvesting system. It's actually called water harvesting. Research all this stuff. Water harvesting. Water harvesting. Water. Gee whiz, I swear. Microphone's sitting right there on my face, and it still got it wrong. Oh, wait. We're on the wrong keyboard. Oops. That one over there. Dang, I made the wrong keyboard. Let me see. Sorry. Hold on. I love talking about this. This is where I'm in Form Sites talking about most of the time. Water harvesting. Studied water harvesting on what you need to do it. It's not much. Tell you the truth. What do you think I was doing when I was sitting at the house when I wasn't making projection screens? I had little projects outside in the backyard I was researching. Bam! It's fascinating. Basically, everything right now is raining outside. It's free water from the sky. Free water. And you're sitting there paying utilities. I sat there and had this conversation with somebody. Now look, as I told you before, just about everybody buys bottled water at the end of the day. Do we not buy bottled? Why are you buying bottled water when you're paying for water? I'm paying for water for washing my clothes and stuff like that and blah, 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 blah. Again, you get water harvesting system. They put the tanks under the ground right there. You can fill them up right here. The whole system is right here that shows you how to do it right from there. It's really easy to do. On top of it, you're just harvesting water, rainwater. And that rainwater goes through a filtration system, goes to a tank, goes from a tank, goes to a filtration system that cleans the water, it makes it good for your skin, it makes it good for you to be able to drink. That's all free. That's the same thing that people who basically water companies do all day long. They're just getting water from lakes or getting it from the rain, and they're basically charging you for it. So what's the point of you basically paying for a water bill if you have to use a filter to begin with on front of your spigot? You can't drink the water coming from your spigot. Why? Oh, because it's harmful and it may kill you at the end of the day. It's how bad for your skin. The water could become hard. It'll be hard water, so it could damage your skin. So you can't wash in it and you can't basically drink it. And you have to have these water softeners put in, and you have to put this filter in to clean your water so you drink it. Some of you will order water from Deer Parks or one of those places that have water bought in. So what did you just pay for? And there you go, right there. So you get into that project right there. And people say, well, you have to have a lot of land. No, you don't. You don't need enough land to use that. To tell you the truth, you really don't. I've seen people out here who basically I've seen somebody who had their I guess what we call The gutters, the pipes come from the gutters. They have one going this way, one going this way. They have these huge barrels on each side. They had a pumping station right there. I think they had a huge flower bed out there, flowers or whatever else they were using it for, whatever for washing the cars, or what they were going to using it for. But the reason other than that. So all that's free. So that, see, it was back then when you could drink tap water. I remember, Tommy, you could drink water right out of a spigot without getting sick. You could wash with it out, basically having your skin getting irritating and burning and scratching, all that other nonsense. There was a time. There was a time when a cowboy could get off his horse, walk over to a stream, take a cup some water in his hand and drink it. Try it today and see what happens to you. You mess around, wake up with a third arm on you. I don't know what the freak is this doing here? Anyway, but if you're going to be paying for this at the end of the day, if you have what's the word for it? If you have filters and if you're paying for a truck to deliver water to your house and you're paying a water bill, what the freak are you paying? You're just paying for something that, again, you can just pretty much just harvest yourself. So this is what I'm researching: rainwater harvesting. My sister has this up in Texas. I have a family member in Texas who does this. She doesn't pay for any water at all, period. She has a filtration system. She has tanks, reserves under the ground, and then she has the water that she harvests, and then she takes that water and basically goes to a tank system or a cleaning system and basically makes it drinkable. Look at this. They got all kinds of stuff in here. I can look at this stuff all day long. This is what I like to look at. 275-gallon tank. You can get bigger than that, way bigger than that. Rainwater harvesting. They show you the requirements, what you need, all that stuff like that. Then I like to go on YouTube. See right here? Look at this. Someone's got one right there. Look at that. That's beautiful. Look at that right there. See right there? Easy system that you can set up. All that water, all that free water. And people are sitting there paying for something that you can get for free. You'd be surprised how much water comes from the sky. Take a 5-gallon bucket, stick it outside, see how fast it fills up. Matter of fact, take 4 or 5 of them, stick them out there. See how fast they fill up. And you'll come out there and find out you got 50 gallons of water out there waiting for you. And the reason why people don't touch it because they figure that it's going to be bad for the skin. Of course, you got to take it to a system. The system cleans it. That's what the whole entire system does. It cleans it. Cleans the water. And they have other systems designed so you can drink the water too. Man, I love this. Look at this, how beautiful that is. Look at that, that's amazing. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? So all that rainwater that falls from your gutter, how much water runs off your roof? A lot of water runs off your roof. Goes into that system right there. That's what I'm talking about. I love this kind of stuff. Gee whiz, they got a huge one under the house. I don't think I would put it under the house. I don't want it that close. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I love that kind of stuff. So basically, now you have a free source of energy with the battery pack units or battery units. Of course, you get a couple extra batteries in there. You could basically run your whole entire house off free energy from the sun, and you could turn around and you could basically get free water from the heavens, and you could basically have as much water as you want. As much water as you want. No meters, none of that stuff at the end of the day. As much water as you want. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And I think that's what I'm going to go with. I don't want the house. I don't want the house. I want the land. I want the land. I want to do it exactly what I'm saying I'm going to do. I'm going to get my sheds. I'm going to have those converted into nice houses. And this is what I want to do. This is the way I want to go. Now I have complete freedom. And now people say, what about internet and all that stuff like that? Man, there's satellites all over the place. You'd be surprised what you can link up. My phone runs through a Verizon. I can literally link up anywhere I want with this phone. With 5G and 10G running all over the planet, you can link up literally anywhere you want now. You could be in the Himalayas somewhere, you could still get a signal. Your 10Gs, yeah. That should not be a problem at all, period. Man, beautiful. I love it. This is what fascinates me. Having to plug stuff into wires and cables all day long into an outlet and go buy some company. I'm making somebody richer at the end of the day. That's what it feels like every time I use power, making somebody else richer. I mean, even though, like I said, my utility bills here are extremely low, but when I lived in the house and I was looking at my utility bills, I mean, come on, I mean, it's got to be a better way. And that whole battery system is fantastic. I'm not talking about the dry so bad, but you gotta look at that EcoFlow. Gotta check them out. Turning sheds into luxury homes. Did they get exactly read anything that I just say? Oh, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, no. I should have put down 2-story Home Depot shed turned into luxury home. Yeah, this guy right here, he hooked one of these up. Man, he did a fantastic job with it. We're way off topic, but I'm gonna do something else for now. That's it right there. That's one of the ones I saw. I'm getting 4 of these. Well, actually, I think I'm gonna get 2 of them, and then I'm gonna have blueprints to build an extension to it. But this is just one of them. Okay, we can't do the music. We can't do the music. I like the fact that building it the way you want it at the end of the day. Look at that. Tell me that is not nice. And this is one of them. I mean, they're gonna get probably 3. I haven't decided yet. I want 2 of them put together, built into one home. But I do want an extension added onto it. And you can buy expensive appliances if you want, because again, it really costs nothing really to build a home. It's really affordable. It has amazing appliances and are all top-notch appliances. People sometimes have to sacrifice on the appliances what goes into the home because the home literally costs too much to build. And this one, the home doesn't cost that much to build, so therefore you can spend the money that you're going to be saving on very good appliances. The Whirlpool's in there. Sure, you can probably put a Sub-Zero refrigerator, and I wouldn't put a Viking oven in there. I'm just going too far. A Viking oven is like $100,000 oven. That's a really expensive oven. On top of that, these things generate so much heat that you literally have to have a firewall behind the back of one of these things. These things will literally burn your house to the ground. But you still see this thing as a Viking. Look it up. Look it up. Look at that. I love this. I realized that a big house would never satisfy me, and the reason why is because when I had that house over there, I had all that freaking room. I didn't spend any time upstairs. I was never upstairs, only for video demonstrations. I was never up there. I spent most of my time on the bottom floor, and I was on the bottom floor in the front room where I had the 27-inch screen with all the windows in there. That's where I was at. Really never went upstairs for anything. Worked in the basement because that's where I worked. That was in the basement. That was it. But any place else, wasn't there. Didn't feel the need to be there. Even in this place right here, I'm never in the front room. The front room is freaking huge, and I'm never in there. I'm usually in here. This is where I'm comfortable at, in this spot right here. So I want to get a nice little tiny home. Well, I don't think mine would be a tiny home, but it'd be close enough to it. I mean, I want 2 of these. This is a pretty good size for this one, but I want 2 of these, and I want to put an extension onto it. I want to put an extension onto it for my movie room. That's what I want to build my extension for my movie room, and probably a little deck or something like that on top of that. I can expand my deck. 4 acres, yeah, I can actually build me a good sized deck out there with a huge fire pit. Now, I like how they have this set up. This is not good if you have a family. This is good if you're a person. I don't know, just 2 people could live in there, but for me, it wouldn't work. For me, I would have to have it a little bigger, but I do like what they have done with it. Fantastic job. And make it so you can, everything is just so, and this is the house right there. That's right there. So they go for about $16,000 or $17,000. I'm gonna get 2 of those. So for mine, what I would do is I would definitely, well, no, we don't have to shave off the porch because I can use that for the back end. We'll reverse it and connect it to the side of the house here, to the back. We'll put them both together and then tear out the walls and expand it. And then basically I would add my expansion probably here and then have it come back out a little bigger for the theater room. You can walk through the theater in this way. But that's how I'm gonna get mine designed. I absolutely like it. It's got a nice little slanted roof for my solar power panels. I can put them right there and put them right there to generate energy for the house. And I can build my whole entire reserve system for my water harvesting. Oh, I freaking love it. And this person did a fantastic job. Saved themselves a ton of money. All right, well, I better get back to work over here. Let me see. I'm gonna go back and look at this later on. Website payments. We're all done here. Business and all. Right there. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I saw several big houses up here, but when I really think about it, I really don't want, I want something, I want having 5 acres on top of that to build whatever I want. And then those homes, I love those homes. I never have to worry about any utilities, no bills, none of that stuff at the end of the day, because all my stuff will be free. And with 5, well, man, if I get 5 acres on it, that would be enough for me to, if I want to add expansions to my house, if I want to, I can do that. I mean, I don't want to jump out and make it too big. I just want to make it a good size. I'm going to put in a cobblestone fireplace. That I definitely want to put in. I love cobblestone fireplace. Let's see. Let's save this. All right. This is all updated. Publish. Let's finish. Now we're done with this one. I think this is the microphone for this one, right? There we go. Let's go pop over here. This is my Crystal Ridge site over there. I have to do some work over there. So we just brought this site back online. It was going to be for distributors, but I decided to bring back some of these products. We have one here. Let me see. We have one here. Welcome to our new comeback collection. Excuse me. All right, let me see. I think I'm gonna do some days going today too. I'll put some days going in the wall. I need to go over to let's see here. Yeah, so we're not getting any more rants anymore. No more rants, no more weird messages anymore. All that stopped. Sometimes you got to put these people on blast. That's why we did those demonstrations just to show you how this guy was basically, it was getting weird. It was getting really creepy. It was getting weird on how he was stalking me. So, since we put that out there on blast like that, yeah, we don't get any more messages from him. And if he does post, we will show you. It's creepy, like I said, worrying about. I mean, people saw in the messages like, "Gee whiz, this guy's weird." He was asking about furniture in the place. He was talking about my pet, my cat. Yeah, that has nothing to do with screen paint. I don't even know why you even have that in the discussion to begin with, but that's creepy. And then to send that many messages over and over and over again, gee whiz, creepy. Getting stalked. Let me see. I'm got that. No, if I'm doing something on somebody, I'm not sending you tons of messages. Why? I don't even have that much time to do that. To send messages like I gotta do right now. So I'm not sending you 30, 40, 80 something, 100 something messages. What the freak? No, I'm not doing that nonsense. I'm not taking pictures of you and making memes of you. No, it's just too much time, and that's just creepy and weird at the end of the day. And on top of that, I'm not posting you directly to my site. Oh, that's just obsession. That's weird. And then you're taking pictures of the inside of my place and all that stuff. Everybody's supposed to be always taking pictures of the inside of my place and wondering where I'm living at. That's just weird. But along with those charges, I will be following stalking charges also too. Because again, as my friends were looking through the emails, he's like, this is a borderline stalker. See, these are customers right here. We need to go to, let me see. Oh yeah, you gotta go to Marketplace. That's where you gotta be today. I'll go right here. Yep, meow. Meow. What's up, manager? What's up, the manager? Taco, the manager. What's up with you? Coming in to check up on me, see what's going on. What you doing back here? Are you working? Are you working? Yes, I am working. I got the fish on. Look, we got the fish on the big screen over here. Come over here and watch the giant fish. I'm gonna blow the screen up for you. Hold on a minute. Come over here. Blow the screen up for you. I found a mud source. There we go. I'm not supposed to blow up. There we go. We got the giant fish on the screen. Go look at the giant fish. Get away from the system, please. Thank you. Like my stuff. All right. That text. I think I'm gonna write one on this one, right? Which one is this one? No, it's not that one. It's got to be this one. Oh, it is this one. Just keyboard. I'm gonna mark my keyboards on which one's which. Because we got keyboards. that's done. I gotta do a test card too. The test cards are done. Right, that's correct. Right. Gotta put a date on the Sugar Plum Fairy too on top of that. Let me see. Where's it at? Meow. Meow. Maui. Maui. Where's all this attention coming from? Usually you don't want to be bothered with in the morning. I go, where are you? What are you? Come over here. Ugh. Here we go. Are you fighting Haruko? You fighting Haruko today? Like, what am I doing? Why? Why you gotta be so bitey all the time? Come here. Over here, this way. There we go. Always bitey all the time. Always bitey. You're gonna be biting me all the time. Always bitey. Okay, let me see. Here. These are done. Finish, republish one more time, make sure it's all finished. And that's done. Okay, cool. I got my sites updated. I'm gonna go in here and let me see. Go back to my site. Oh, let's switch over here. Oh, this one for this one. I'm gonna go back into my water harvesting. I'm gonna do some more research on that. I'm gonna actually read through that. They got some new stuff in there I haven't seen yet. And I'm gonna go ahead and check that out. Let me see. It's all finished. All right, cool. Oh, we gotta get tracking numbers out today too. It's been a busy day today. All right, guys. To port. Let's jump out of here. All right, that's good. That's out of here. All right, and let's see. Back to my Chrysolite site. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, wrong mouse. Forgot to run that wrong mouse on that one. My Chrysolite site. I zoom up too much on that one. There we go. So checking the rest of my updates on my site. Everything's working well. All right, that's good. We have a blacklist right here. If you want to go to the blacklist on the Criteo site, it's right there. We have that hidden, but you can see it right from there. If you hit more, it takes you to the blacklist. There's our payments. Some payments we accept. Right there. And then shipping information we have right here. And then over here, we have our contact information. And then over here we have the marketplace. Try to do something different on this page. Okay, and then we have the home page. All right, well that's finished and done. Did I go in here and, okay, I don't think we have. Pretty sure I check something real quick on here. The wrong section. I need to go over to Black Series. Refresh my page on this one. Refresh my page. The freak. About to say, yeah, it better be there. I just did the update on there just 2 minutes ago. Right, there we go. Here's the Alpha Shop. Alright, I gotta find these showrooms. Showrooms, let me see, showrooms for, be nice. Showroom for the Fusion Gamer. Showroom for, let me see. I gotta finish working on this page too. I think we stopped work right in here. We gotta go back to work in this section right here. This has to be finished off for this page. And that one's done. We still got some more work to do on that one. Gee, with this mouse is making noise too on top of that. Yeah, you made a mouse. This is horrible. Alright, let me see. What was the other one we had? Ceiling floor visual. Projector mapping. Add text on his own website. Let's see. Where is the 3D mapping applications for? That's control would be there. There's the gunmetal for that one. We're just about done with that one. All right, let me see. Where are you? 3D mapping. mapping, cinema showcase, projector window, fusion, visual ceiling, Black Series outdoor, Black Series 3D mapping. Here we go. There we go. There we go. All right, this one's finished. We're done here. All right. I'm done. I finished both my pages. Got the updates done on both sides. So we are finished. Which I'm happy. I'm going back over here to my front page. So we're done. There's some updates right there. I'm gonna grab a workout and get myself something to eat. Hope you enjoyed the demonstration. We'll talk here and there. I'm going to go back over and check out some more information on the water filtration system, and also do some more demonstrations on those sheds, so I can check out and see what I want to design, what kind of house I want to build. All right, with that being said, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.